welcome to our Game of Thrones show review. Never done any Game of Thrones review. The show just ended. I got Venom here. Say what's up, Venom.
The
So, we both just finished watching the final show. There's going to be spoilers, so don't watch this if you haven't seen the show. Just watch the show finale, and yeah, we're going to do this review. So, Venom and I both had a similar experience watching the show. We both just started watching it like a month ago, I think, right?
yeah,
Yeah, so I think it was like season 8 episode 1 or 2 had already come out. And then we both just binge watched the show. I was caught up by episode 3. When did you catch up? By season 8 episode 3.
I caught up by episode 5.
Oh, you caught up right at the
Yeah,
end.
I caught up like 3 days ago.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, I actually waited for episode 3 or I finished it like on a Saturday, and the next day episode 3 came out. So then I had 4, 5, and 6. I waited for those. Um, so like our time investment is a little bit different than other people that have been watching for like 8 years.
yeah,
Because like I think when you watch it all at once like that, it's less of a, like people buy. It's like if you binge. It's not like people that have been. They're like, I've been watching since I was 10.
yeah.
So it's a little different, but I still liked it. I liked everything. Well, let's start just briefly, like through season 1, it was kind of like like Ned Stark, and then he dies at the end. I guess that was a big deal. I kind of, for some reason, I think I already knew that. That he died. Did you know that he died at the end of season 1? I feel like I already
I
knew
see.
that.
Having started by the time the last season starts, or already started, I pretty much got like a bunch of major stuff spoiled just from the internet and people talking about it throughout the years.
Yeah, I guess I kind of knew, but a lot of stuff like I didn't really watch a lot of like Game of Thrones stuff, like online, because they would
Yeah,
back when sometimes I'd catch something, but they would say a name and I just didn't know who they were talking about, and so there was no like I didn't remember by the time I started watching. Right, I started watching like a month ago, I think, whenever it was.
yeah.
So yeah, I mean, what'd you think of the? I thought the first season was cool. Like, what'd you think when the brother and sister were banging?
Oh yeah. I don't know. The first season's weird when you think about it, man. I
Yeah,
mean, it just starts off the first time you see Daenerys, she's like getting stripped down by her brother. Episode ends with like a brother fucking his sister and pushing a kid out a window.
the kid who would later become the king.
Yeah.
Jesus, so he was crippled the whole show, and then became the king. Did you see that? We can reference the whole thing. Let's go through the seasons, but we can reference it. Like, did you see that coming? That Bran would become king?
I had a feeling. I mean, I
Really?
didn't want it to happen, but I had a feeling it made sense. Like, I kind of saw what the writers were doing there.
I never would have guessed him.
Yeah. It would have been cool if Samwell got it, but Samwell's a pussy, so.
Oh, he's a bitch. What do you think when he's
Yeah.
like, "Hey, why don't we let everyone decide like a democracy?" And they're all like,
They
"Ha
all
ha
start laughing at him.
ha ha." For a second, I thought they were gonna go that way, because even the music kind of got cheerful. If you noticed, like during when he was talking, we should let
Yeah.
everyone decide. Like, shut up,
Yeah, I saw that
dumbass.
coming. I was like, they're not gonna fucking let Samuel do this whole speech and have it go well.
Mm. I never liked Samuel that much.
Really?
He's a cuck, dude. Like he gave that chick that he barely knew his ring or whatever, his grandma's thimble, and she's like, I don't know you, dude. He's like, oh, but here because I love you, girl I just met. And then fucking he leaves and comes back, and she's birthing someone else's kid, and he's still like, I still love you. I'm like, this dude's fucking lame. What a lame motherfucker. Would you do that? Some chicken? She's literally giving birth to some other dude's kid, and you're like, I still love you.
Well, I mean, like,
What a
forced to have that kid though. I mean, it's not like she was
That's-
fucking. Wasn't it her dad too? Because am I remembering that wrong? Isn't it the dad who sleeps with all of his daughters,
the dad.
gets them pregnant?
I don't even. Where did that chick come from? Sam.
She came from that little that camp north of the wall.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's right. Oh. That's.
I don't know. I liked Sam. I liked Sam and John. Like that friendship there. I liked.
I thought it was interesting. The most interested I was ever in Sam is when he finally goes home and you realize his dad is one of those lords. Because he said his dad was wealthy, but I didn't know, like, oh, damn, his dad actually... And then didn't his dad get burned? Yeah, his dad got burned by Daenerys and his brother. That's right, I forgot that was his dad and brother. So now he's the lord of that shit, right?
Yep.
Okay, so, whatever. Now he's probably regretting being with that trashy chick that has a kid with her dad. Because he's like, damn, I could have anyone now. Kind of like those dudes who get married in college and then they go into the NBA and they're like, fuck.
I mean, I don't know. I didn't mind Sam's storyline. I do kind of, not to get ahead of myself, but like, it seemed like his whole path throughout the show was like one day he's gonna have that moment where he's finally brave and shows up, but in the Battle of Winterfell he just is a pussy again and just starts hiding in the bodies. And he's just sitting there.
Oh, did he? I
like
forgot where he
crying as
went.
everybody's dying.
I forgot where he went. He did stab the one White Walker in the back with the dragon shard, and that's
Yeah.
how they find out.
Yeah, because at that moment I was like, oh, you know what? He's gonna have a big, like another big moment where he shows up. Nope.
Yeah,
He's
because
just a pussy again.
that's why when everyone's like, I killed the White Walker and I killed he killed something else, and then everyone
Yeah,
just
one of those weird fucking bald dudes who eat people.
the weird bald dudes.
They help the wildlings attack
Oh yeah, that's right,
Castle Black.
that's right. See, and the whole thing is like the first season too, like John, right, the bastard, he has a miserable life on the wall. He ends up back where he fucking started by the end of the show. He goes from that.
It's a
That-
reoccurring thing with the ending though. Out of all this character development, and they all end right where they started. Same with Jamie, which really pissed me off.
That was stupid, yeah, because his whole arc, he's been getting redeemed, right? And then he just goes
Yeah.
back at the fucking end. That's fucking dumb. And then what's her name writing in the book? He died protecting his queen. I'm like, wow.
Yeah,
okay.
I like that though,
I mean, yeah, I respected it.
because there was that moment where he was looking at the book and he was really
Yeah, he's like, mine's
upset that
blank.
there's nothing good about him.
Yeah. So Brienne did that, which is, that says something about her. She could have been like, this dude fucked me and then left.
Left for his sister.
Oh God. Some people thought he was going to go kill her. You know what, dude? I swear, when Tyrion was down in that dungeon thing, I thought I saw a shadow move, like on the left side of the screen, and I was like, there better not be someone fucking alive there. And even when he was looking at the rubble, I'm like, I better not see like a fucking hand, like pop out, like crawling out.
Like Cersei's alive.
Dude, I would have been pissed if they did that. But they actually were dead. They died in each other's arms. Fucking lame. There's a lot of incest in this, and then John fucking his aunt.
Yeah, and they both. Why do they not care about that?
They're
They're both just so unfazed about fucking each other.
He didn't want to do it after he found out. He didn't know when they first did it, right? The first few times, and then he found out they were related, and then he's like, I can't do this anymore. And then that's when she got pissed and burned the city.
I don't know, because he was still like, you are my queen.
Dude, that got so annoying. I'm like, dude, this bitch is crazy. And then when he started making out with her, I was like, no way. And then I heard like a
Yeah.
And then I heard a stabbing.
I was really pissed.
Yeah, well, he was just tricking her. But then I heard a stabbing, and I didn't know who stabbed who. until I saw like her, blood come out of her nose, and I was like, oh, she's dead. And then
Yeah, I kind of like how they kept you guessing though. Like you didn't know who stabbed who at first.
yeah, then for the dragon took her and left. I guess I don't know where he took her, like ate her or somewhere or something.
That's for the spin-offs.
The only spin-off I'm curious about is to see where Arya goes.
Uh,
I'm actually curious about. There's no other spin-off I care about. John's John's not actually staying at the wall. It looks like he left with the wildlings, right?
yeah, that's. But is he isn't he Lord Commander now? Or was I like
Well,
seeing that wrong?
well, he was Lord Commander. Because for like the past season and 2 seasons, I think there was like no Night's Watch, right? The wall was broken, and there was no Night Watch, right? Everyone left the wall. All these
I
people,
guess basically, yeah.
and he became dude. He went from that to King of the North. He was the king, and then he was Warden of the North, and then he was nothing. And plus, what fucking? How could they tell him you're sentenced to be in the wall? The wall's in the north, and they said that the north is a separate kingdom now. So whatever Bran does in the Six Kingdoms, he has no authority over the north. So Sansa controls the north. She could just free her brother, or actually, he's his cousin.
Yeah,
Right.
but I guess the whole thing is like the Unsullied would go crazy if they found out that he was freed,
So where
and
these?
it would cause a war because that's what they said.
Yeah,
If,
but
if
I
he's set
guess.
free, it will cause war. If they kill him, it will cause war. The only way to keep peace was sentencing him to the wall.
Yeah, but the North, or with the Wildlings, he seemed kind of heavy. You know the story with. So anyways, we're jumping around, but who cares? I thought, one of the deaths that made me really sad was Ygritte dying, the redhead.
Yeah.
I didn't like that she died. And he just kind of like left. I thought he had bought into the whole like, he's gonna be a wildling now, like. And then he just left her. Like, that was fucked up. And then she died by that kid.
Yeah, that fucking Ollie kid.
Well, I understand that kid though too, because those people killed his family and village, right? They only freed him to run to tell them that we're coming. Go tell them that whatever the fucking tattoo face guys. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I really liked Ygritte. I felt that was one of the most tragic deaths. And if they hadn't have killed, see, he would have got a better ending if she had lived, because then she would have still been there with the wildlings, and he could have been with her.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. I don't know how that would have worked keeping her alive though. Her death seemed kind of.
She could have just been wounded. I don't know. Because if she had been alive, he eventually united the Night's Watch with the wildlings, right?
Yeah.
So she would have been, she would have been around the whole time. He wouldn't have had his thing with fucking Daenerys. It would have been so different if she was kept alive.
Yeah, I mean,
but you know what?
She was a good character, and I loved the love story between them. But
yeah, me too.
It kind of made sense.
But you know what though? He ended up with the fucking wildlings anyway in the end.
Yeah. I like Tormund though. I'm glad he ended up. Yeah, I'm glad he ended up reuniting with him.
Yeah, and Ghost too. He ends up with Ghosts.
Yeah, which I didn't realize Ghost was missing an ear.
Neither. Yeah, I swear I've never noticed he was missing an ear.
I didn't notice that when he said goodbye to Ghost, and then when he saw him again, I was like, oh, okay, I guess his ear was gone.
Yeah, I don't remember him missing an ear.
I'm glad I'm not the only one who thought that.
Yeah, I saw that and I was like, wait, what happened to his ear? I could have swore. Should go back and watch the other episodes.
Yeah, it's definitely a show I watched twice.
Yeah, yeah. Because knowing what you know, going back, you can probably see like little hints of things.
Yeah.
So the last remaining Lannister is fucking Tyrion, right?
Yeah. Wait. I guess, yeah, because all of his... Did they murder, like, his complete bloodline? Like, all the cousins and everything?
Were there cousins?
Yeah, because, like,
Who were the
the...
cousins?
The religious dude with the carving on his forehead was a Lannister.
The one that got blown up by the wildfire?
Yeah, with the shaved head.
He was a Lannister?
Yeah.
And he imprisoned Cersei, who was his relative?
Yeah.
Well, that's fucked
He was
up.
he was like a cousin or some shit.
I did not like that whole storyline with the fucking, what were they called? The
Oh,
Spire? That was so
yeah,
fucking
I
annoying.
didn't like that either.
It made me hate Tommen, and when that little fucker jumped out the window, I was like, good riddance.
It
Fucking,
was so weird.
like, I saw a bunch of reaction videos of when he killed himself. And one of the reaction videos, it's a dude, he's like, with his friends, he's like, I told y'all he was a pussy ass bitch. Dude, he
Well,
was
he
a
was kind
pussy.
of like the exact opposite of his brother.
Yeah, he was like easily manipulatable. Fucking everyone dominated over him. Yeah, he was the exact opposite. His brother was
But I
fucking
still liked
shit.
him more than Joffrey though. Fucking Joffrey, man.
Yeah, Joffrey
I
was.
was laughing when he was dying.
Yeah, yeah. So was I.
He's just like,
The purple
I was
wedding.
just sitting there. Yeah.
Everyone always talked about how weddings are bad because a bunch of people die. So
Yeah,
so
well,
so
that
remember,
episode is like just a couple in between the Red Wedding.
it's the next season, I think, right?
Yeah, because the Red Wedding's at the end
Of
of
four.
the season, and then the
Is it?
Joffrey dying is at the beginning of that
It's
following
it's
season.
like episode 4 of the following season. And he was being a dick until the end, like pouring wine on top of his uncle.
Yeah.
I was like,
Well,
damn, dude, what a dick.
It I wasn't as mad watching that scene because I knew
I
that
knew
was
he-
the episode he was gonna die.
Yeah,
so
see,
I was
that I
just,
knew. I knew
I was
that
just
one.
watching it all like, oh yeah, keep being an asshole.
Yeah, yeah. I knew he
Keep
died.
being an asshole.
That one I knew about. I didn't, well, you know what? It's probably better than talking about episodes if we just talk about, like, storylines of characters. That's probably, like, the better way to sum it up. Because Joffrey, I think I disliked him right from the start. Because didn't he get a little boy killed because he said, like, he hit him or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, I hated him. But he wasn't my least favorite character. My least favorite one was fucking Ramsay Bolton.
Oh yeah.
I think he was the worst, man. I didn't understand. There was the one. Remember when he makes the two girls get naked and start humping, fucking
Yeah.
Theon? But then the black-haired one gets jealous because Theon liked the other one, so he has her eaten by dogs.
Yeah. Well, no, they hunted her, didn't they?
Yeah, but yeah, yeah, they hunted her and then the dogs ate her. He's like, you made, what was the other one's name? Whatever her name was.
Yeah, I don't fucking know.
You
Some
made
bullshit.
you made her jealous. I'm like, I wouldn't. I'm
Yeah,
like,
they were a bunch of psychopaths.
dude. Both of the Boltons, because the first his dad Bolton is the one who killed Robb Stark at the Red Wedding, and then he ends up getting
Yeah.
killed by his own son, and then he kills his little brother and the mom with the dogs. I hated
Yeah, that
that
dude
guy,
was just fucked up.
That guy wasn't. That guy was a lunatic. His banner was a person getting crucified. That was like their banner. And then he would do that. He would like put him on the battlefield and set him on fire. I'm like, don't you think if you were like in his army, like I don't know how the house things work. If you're, can you just go to another house? It's like like switching companies.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I'm transferring from Winterfell.
I'm transferring from Stark to fucking the bird shit or whatever that one is with the hole in the floor.
The bird shit with the whole...
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
The one where that crazy chick was you know that kid only showed up in like 4 episodes, and each time he was like way older. The first time I
Yeah.
saw him, he's sucking on her titty, and then he comes back like 4 years later, and then he doesn't come back again until like another 4 years later, because he was back in this very last episode, and he looked way different. He was
Yeah,
like,
he was way older.
yeah, dude, it was just like the kid in fucking Avengers who showed up, and who's that? The only reason I recognize him is because he showed up in that one in between episode. Remember when Sansa goes up there?
Oh yeah.
And Sansa, yeah. Anyways, yeah. So just going back, I don't have anything more to say about the Boltons. They were just assholes, and Ramsay was a fucking lunatic. He chopped off Theon's fucking wiener. Although Theon, man, you know, I was really upset with him for a while, but then I felt like, do you feel he redeemed himself by the end?
I think he did.
Yeah, because he still felt guilty that he killed those two farm boys. He got a kind of a fucked up, like, his dad gave him away, right? He said that's what he said. He's like he sent him off, and
Yeah.
then he comes back and calls him a traitor. But then he immediately is loyal to his dad and turns his back on the people who raised him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and then his dad still doesn't fucking
Yeah,
give him any respect.
yeah. And then so then he gets tortured like fucking forever. Gets his dick cut off, and fucking then dies for Bran. I guess fucking by the end. Like he kept
Yeah.
going with his sister. Man, I guess he redeemed himself. He suffered a lot. He's one of the ones who suffered the most, because who knows how long he was being tortured for. Like I would have,
I mean,
you know who I would have liked to see tortured all like that was that bitch who was like shame, shame.
oh yeah. Shame.
Yeah,
Shame.
I feel like that's where Antifa got their shit. You know how they yell that now at Republicans? Shame. They stole
They
it from the
do?
show. Yeah, they go shame. You support the wall. Shame.
Oh boy.
So they got it from the show. I guess that lady just died eventually, because Cersei was like, "I'm gonna torture you." Anyway, so let's
Yeah,
talk about
Cersei was fucking crazy.
let's talk about Sansa. So she goes through fucking she goes down there with her dad, right? When he becomes King's Hand,
Yeah.
and then she has to navigate the whole fucking. She's gonna get married to Joffrey, and then she's not, and then they think that. And then what happens? Then he's gonna marry the other chick, the Tyrell one.
Yeah.
And then the old lady, what's her name? What's her name? Queen of Thorns or some
Fucking-
shit.
Yeah, fucking old bitch.
She was
Weird
actually,
hat.
I actually kind of liked her. She was pretty sharp.
Yeah.
I like that when they poisoned her at the end. She was like, "I killed Joffrey," and she pinned it on. Yeah, she's the one.
So
She
did
said,
she help Littlefinger? So like, they helped each other, right? Like I feel like I never got that cleared up.
they helped. What did Littlefinger help her do?
I don't know, cause Littlefinger pretty much like, I don't know if he said it word like. I don't know if he like really said it in his words, but he pretty much said like he killed Joffrey. But then she said she killed Joffrey, so like, did they help each other? I can't remember.
I don't remember. I started disliking Littlefinger when he kidnapped Sansa. But
I never liked that dude.
Me neither. He was too much of a weasel. Like at first, I felt the same way about Viserys or Versus, whatever his fucking name is.
Oh,
Varys.
Varys?
Varys. But then I realized by the end that he legitimately did care about the people. By the end, I did. Because at first I thought he's just another Littlefinger, you know, scheming and conniving, and. But by the
Yeah.
end, I was like, no, this dude's the real deal. He actually does care about people. And Littlefinger, I never felt that way. Because Littlefinger, didn't Sansa... That's right. Well, Sansa was technically, isn't she still married to Tyrion? They never did. They get a divorce?
Yeah. I mean, technically.
Right, they're still married, right?
Yeah.
So is he king of the North too?
I have no idea how it works. 'Cause she was married to two dudes at once, practically.
Well, she would never married. She never married fucking dickhead choker, whatever his name is, Joffrey.
Yeah, they did get married.
No, they didn't.
Or no, Joffrey.
He-
No, no, no.
No.
I meant Ramsay.
Oh, that's right. That's right. She was still married to Tyrion. Then she. Oh man, that was a fucked up scene when he's like fucking. I guess it's.
Oh.
Is he raping her? I guess would you call it?
Yeah, that's right. If that's not, I don't know what is.
And then he made Theon watch.
Yeah.
Didn't Theon?
Theon really pissed me off for a while there, man. When his sister came to save him, and he's like, "Oh, I'm Rake. I'm Rake."
Okay, dude, that scene was so stupid. That scene was fucking idiotic. Because the sister shows up, slaughters a bunch of dudes, gets to the brother, and then Ramsay's there. It's like 5-on-1. He's like, I have this key. I'm gonna slowly open the cages.
Yeah.
And then the next scene, they're running away. I'm like, why didn't you guys fucking stab the shit out of him
Well,
before he
here's
opens the
what
cage?
pisses me off too. It's like you know your brother's being mutilated and tortured. You know he's gonna be in a bad state. You're risking your life taking those men there to rescue him. It's like, all right, we have to do it. He's my brother. He's the prince. And then as soon as he gets there and he's like, she sees him shaking up, like, no, don't take me. She's like, yeah, he's dead. All right, let's go.
Well, but the thing
Enough
is, they
of that
ran.
rescue mission.
They ran because Ramses was going to open the dog cages, but he was the only one left, and there was like 4-on-1. Why didn't you just kill him right then, and then just force the brother on the boat?
I think there were people behind Ramsay.
No, it was one of their. I remember. No, they had him surrounded, and he's like, "I have this key. Just chop off his hand." Like they had him dead to rights.
What?
Dude, they had him surrounded in
Yeah.
that scene. And he was slowly, like, opening the cage. I'm like, dude, kill him! And then the next
I'm
scene...
giving
Dude, that scene
you
was so
a
stupid.
chance.
The scene was so
I'm
stupid.
gonna open
And
the cage.
Yeah, yeah. And then they're like, oh, shit, dogs. What? But even if there are dogs, you got swords. The people who got chewed up by the dogs had no weapons. A dog's no big deal if you have a big ass sword or a knife. You just cut it. That whole rescue mission was stupid. That was stupid. And then then came fucking with that same family, the Greyjoys. Came Egon, or what the fuck was his name? Eon. The fucking dickhead. You know who I'm talking about, right? Their uncle.
Dude who fucked Cersei?
Oh, he said he did.
Isn't it Euron?
Euron, yeah.
Yeah.
It sounds like urine.
Yeah, that dude. I killed Jaime Lannister, or I killed the Kingslayer.
Which he didn't, which I don't know how
Yeah,
Jaime
he
lived so
fucking
long.
did.
Yeah. I don't know how Jaime lived. He stabbed him twice. Once in the side, which is probably looked like in the heart, and then like once in the stomach or something. And Jaime still lived enough to die by bricks. That character just he like came out of nowhere. He shows up and kills the dad, Greyjoy, and then like half the dudes just go with him because he's a guy. Even though they were loyal to the girl, like just before, this dude who knows where just pops out of nowhere.
Yeah.
I didn't like his character.
Yeah, I was. He seemed kind of like underused for like what he was supposed to be.
He was supposed to be like, I guess, like a badass naval commander, because the
Yeah.
Greyjoys were like sailors, right? Because they lived on the little islands. But I never. The Navy was so inconsequential in this fucking whole story. They almost always just get off. Like when at the Battle of Blackwater, they just all got blown up by green fire or whatever it's called. And then
Was it Wildfire?
Wildfire, yeah. and then and then and then Euron kills one dragon in another scene, and then in the next scene where there's a fleet, they all get burned by Drogon. Like those were the naval scenes. There was never like a fucking like naval warfare or anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They were mostly used for transport.
I mean, the scenes when Drogon is burning them is pretty cool though.
Yeah, it is. But I mean, Drogon is like the equivalent of having like a fucking F-16. You know what I mean? No, no
Yeah.
one, no one had one back then, so it's a huge advantage. So I was surprised. I did like that Lady Greyjoy, whatever her name is. I guess she's still there at the end. She's one of the lords, lordette,
Yeah.
or lady. I guess she's called lady.
I don't know.
Greyjoy.
Hold up, before we get ahead, people seem to forget the fact the first time you see her, fucking Theon is groping her and fingering her.
Yeah, yeah. And she
And then
doesn't
he
say
finds out
anything.
it's his sister.
And he's like, oh.
Yeah, and she doesn't say anything, and
No,
we just all ignore the fact that she just let that happen.
No, he said that, remember? He's like, why didn't you tell me? And then she's like, I wanted to see what kind of person I was dealing with, or some shit.
Oh my god.
There's a lot of
This
incest
show and
shit.
incest, man.
Yeah. Yeah, and she's still, even when she finds, like, Dany, even when she finds out John's her nephew, she's, like, not even fazed by that, like, even in the least. He's just kind of grossed out by it, because I guess he's from the north. Anyways, going back to Sansa's storyline, like, she really, like, her and Arya had they both had to survive on their own, really, because for a long time, man, especially when you think Theon burned the two boys, I was like, fuck, dude. And then I can't remember if that was after or before the Red Wedding, but a long time passes. I think it was, yeah, the Red Wedding. There's a time when you think those two boys are dead, Robb Stark is dead. Like, I'm like, damn, the entire Stark house is just like completely falling apart without the dad.
Well, here's the thing. I didn't even think this because of, like... I didn't realize they were trying to make you think the kids were dead. I just somehow, like, thought it was known that he burnt those two village kids. Like, the whole time I knew
Oh, dude, no. I had no clue. I thought those were the two boys.
Yeah, and it's
I was
not
like,
just because,
damn.
like... It wasn't because, like, oh, I saw Bran later on in the show, like, it was already spoiled. Like, it wasn't even that. Like, I just didn't realize. I was just like, oh, yeah, that's not them.
Oh,
And
really?
then when everybody was shocked, I was like, oh, wait, this was supposed to be a shock for people watching this, too.
Oh, yeah, I thought it was the two boys. Because he had them on display. Like, he wouldn't display two regular farm kids.
Yeah, well, I knew what he was trying to do. Like, I knew he was faking it. Because when I saw him, I was like, oh, he just killed those kids, and he's trying to make them think.
Oh, I must have missed something then, because I had no idea he was faking it. I thought those were the two kids, and at that point, I'm like, fuck, dude. I was like, so it's just Sansa, Arya, and then Jon Snow, who's a bastard. Like, that was it. But then you realize the two kids are alive. You know what I don't remember? When did the other boy get taken? Because Bran and whoever the other one was were together for a while.
Yeah.
When did they get separated?
No, because they're all together in that lighthouse. Like Hodor, that one chick, I can't remember her name.
Wildling, yeah, the Wildling chick.
Yeah, the Wildling, and then Bran said they're gonna go further north, and Bran doesn't want his brother going, so the Wildling lady says she'll take him back home. So they got captured together by...
That's right. He went with the Wildling chick. And then she took her clothes off for Ramses and he stabbed her.
Yeah. She thought she was gonna seduce him into death.
Yeah. Yeah, and then that kid actually got killed. Right in front of Jon Snow.
Yeah, that sucked.
Yeah, that sucked. And then Bran goes with... Yeah, then Bran... So Bran is pretty much getting dragged everywhere by Hodor. He can warg, which is cool. Then he becomes the fucking three-eyed raven after a while. Then he comes back and he's smart and becomes king. I mean, that's pretty much his storyline, right?
Yeah. There was, I don't know what season it was, but there was like almost a full season where you're just like, hey, I haven't seen Bran in a while.
Yeah, I feel like he was kind of falling by the wayside. It wasn't until he got up north and went in that tree where he was a little more, And there were so many times when, like this, because really you're following, I guess, the Stark kids a lot, because they're the ones that are. Because when the dad, man, yeah, see that it all happened when fucking Ned died. All the Stark kids got scattered to the wind, right? They all did.
Yeah.
Fucking Sansa had to survive by manipulating everybody, and then I remember she's getting raped, and I'm like, God damn, dude, the Starks are just getting fucked constantly. And then fucking Arya, they kill her trainer, which was sad. Fucking, I always called him Cagato de la Mosca because he just looked like that would be his name. That guy with the curly hair.
I am the master swordsman.
Yeah.
Cagato de
La Mosca. He got killed by the Lannister people. Then fucking she ends up. Okay, the Hound rescues Sansa, right?
Yeah,
and then
I mean, like,
but I can't remember when does the Hound leave the King's Landing. I can't remember when or
during
why.
the Battle of Blackwater. That's
Well,
when they're
right.
on the beach and all the fires there. He gets scared, so he just starts to leave and drink, and then Tyrion and the king are yelling at him, and he said, "Fuck your war and fuck the king."
That's
and then
right.
left.
That's right. That's right.
It's such a
But
badass way to leave.
Yeah, I really like the Hound.
Yeah, me too.
I wish he had lived in the end, but I guess that's. I was satisfied though. He got his revenge, I guess, in the end on his brother.
His brother was
The
more
Mountain.
difficult to beat than fucking the Night King.
Yeah. Well, the Night King got sneak attacked by Arya, but you know why I bought it? Because she's been training the entire show. Since the very first season, she was training with Gagato, and then she was training with the fucking Assassin's Creed people and shit.
Yeah, the many-faced god guy.
Yeah, that
Which
guy
that
was.
bitch that was training with her, I hated her.
She was annoying. She just looked like an annoying person.
Yeah, what even happened with the guy?
Nothing. I guess he let her. You think he'd like hunt her?
She just left, and like you never find out. Like what? You're just like, okay, bye.
No, he lets her leave, right? He gives her. Yeah, he lets her leave. I think doesn't he?
I guess.
Why was he helping her? Like, so she got taken. She was pretending to be a boy, and then fucking Cersei, right, gets pissed that Baratheon has a bunch of bastards everywhere. So she says to kill all the bastards, right?
Yeah.
Which is why like Gendry went on the run. I can't remember how Arya met up with Gendry, but then they get
They
taken.
were just both like prisoners.
Why were they prisoners? They were prisoners by
Or
who?
escapees or something.
Yeah. Why were they? Who imprisoned them and why? I don't remember.
That I don't remember.
But that's when she meets up with the many-faced guy, and this dude is going around assassinating everybody. Why is he helping her? I can't remember why he started helping her.
Because he was stuck in that cell and they're gonna burn alive, and she saved him and two other people. And he said he stole 3 lives, so he needs to give 3 lives in return. So he gave her 3 names.
Mm. I thought it was cool when he gave her that coin and he said, fucking give this coin to someone and say Tagato de la Mosca, and then they'll give you a ride to my place.
Yeah.
That was kind of cool. I feel like she lingered a little bit too long there. She was there for like a whole season, I think, right? Maybe a season and a half.
Fucking thing, and then she's was blind, and I was like, oh shit,
Yeah.
okay,
Oh, but
she's
wait a
blind
minute.
now.
But that was after she had trained with the Hound, right? Because
Yeah.
she met up with the Hound after they went. So after the Many-Faced God sets her free, she meets up with the Hound somehow. How the fuck did she meet up with the Hound?
Wait, no, no, no. She wasn't with the Hound after the many-faced god thing.
No, she wasn't. She was there because she left because she thought he was dead because Brienne fucked him up. But then how'd she meet up with the Hound? Didn't he save her from fucking prison or something?
Oh, she met up with the Hound at that tavern. Because he showed up at that tavern and then he recognized her. And he's like, why the fuck is the stock bitch here? And then he ended up taking her. Because he was gonna take her
Yes.
to her parents for money.
Yeah, he was like, you know who that is? That's fucking. Yeah, that's Arya Stark.
That's shit.
Yeah, but then he kills everybody in there, doesn't he? Because he wants the reward, I think, right?
I think so.
Yeah, but didn't when they went to the bird shit with the hole, didn't fucking Sansa was in there, right? Sansa was in there at
Yeah.
the time, cause she was with fucking she saw that Littlefinger, cause Littlefinger threw her aunt into the hole, which was kind of funny actually. For some reason I laughed, cause she liked Littlefinger or whatever, and then Sansa made out, or he kissed Sansa, which was fucking weird.
Oh, that was
And
weird.
and then Sansa or Aya didn't know she was there. She's like, I'm looking for my aunt. They're like, your aunt's dead. Why didn't they tell her like your aunt's dead, but your sister's here? Like, so she's like, oh fuck. So she left, and that's when Brienne messed up the Hound, and then that's how she ended up with the Many-Faced God, right? I think.
Yeah, but I don't think they didn't know that she was Arya Stark though. Like, they didn't know that was her aunt. I think they just said that she's dead.
She should have just said, I'm looking for my aunt, instead of I'm looking for Tully or whatever, you know?
Yeah.
That was like a mistake. And then let's talk about Brienne of Tarth. So she started off like right at the beginning of season 2, serving the gay Baratheon brother, whatever his name was. Like
Yeah, fucking Robert, I think.
wasn't Robert?
Wasn't it Robert
No,
Baratheon? Or was that the king?
Robert was the king. This
Yeah.
was whatever, and then Ennis Baratheon was the evil one. Which, you know what? When he was with that fire witch, whatever her name is, didn't she put a curse? Remember when she took blood off of the bastard Baratheon? Then she said
Yeah.
3 names. She said Robb Stark, Joffrey, and then she said another name. And I feel like those were like curses. And because all those 3 people she said, I think they all died.
Uh,
Remember when
wasn't
she...
Robb Stark already dead
No,
by then?
no. She did that spell, and then Robb Stark died right after, and then Joffrey died, and then she said another name. I think she said 2 Stark names and 1 Lannister.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Which that whole thing was weird with her. Like she fucking birthed out a fucking shadow demon, and they killed the fucking gay guy.
Yeah. Her character was kind of weird.
I don't know what was her objective. Like, what was she trying to do? Because in the end, she just took off her shit and died.
Yeah, I think she just wanted to, like, get the true king there or something. I don't know. Like,
What was her... Yeah, she just... Why would she die right there? Like... And then whatever happened to those fire people? I guess they all died in Winterfell, huh? I know the one dude with the fire sword died in Winterfell. I remember him dying. And
yeah.
his wizard or whatever got killed in some other battle, I think, right?
They got killed fighting the White Walkers.
Oh,
When
yes,
they got
yes.
stuck in the lake.
Yeah, when they... Yeah, that's right. Yeah. I liked so I liked Arya Stark. Do you like her? Arya, whatever. Is it Arya? What's her name? It's Arya. Right?
Arya,
Arya.
I guess.
I liked her
Yeah,
line.
I don't know shit.
I'm interested to see where she goes. I think that's the best one set up for a spin-off. Because she's going west to Westeros. Like, it could be anything could be out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then there's Brienne of Tarth. I thought she was... My favorite scene with her was when she gets knighted by Jaime Lannister. That was my favorite scene.
That was a fucking great scene.
Yeah, that was actually one of my favorite moments of the entire show. Was when she got knighted. Everybody loves that moment. That was a great scene. Because I think, like... It's interesting this show, like... You know, they take someone who's, like, supposed to be a knight... And then there's sort of like the ideal of a knight, like what people imagine it, you know, like how Hollywood. But then all the knights are all fucked up people, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then Brienne is the only one who's like a knight, like how you stereotypically, you know, would imagine a knight being honorable and brave, and she is consistent throughout the whole show, right? She has Oathkeeper, she keeps her vows, she keeps trying to help the Stark kids no matter what. Because she made a promise, and she sticks to it till the end. She never goes back on anything, you know?
Yeah.
I don't like... I feel she shouldn't have slept with Jaime. I think she should have slept with the red bearded guy, but then she would have...
Yeah.
But then she would have ended up with the wildlings, and in the end she ends up as the fucking, on the king's court. Remember?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she's at the table at the end with Tyrion. And then that dude became a knight finally. I'm surprised that guy lived. The squire?
Oh, Podwick?
Yeah, remember he was pushing Bran's chair and they're like Sir Podwick, so he became a knight by the end.
Yeah, I liked Podwick.
Yeah, he was cool. Supposedly, remember that scene where they buy him a bunch of hookers and they're like, yeah, they said I could keep my money because I satisfied them.
Yeah, and they had to make him explain what he did.
Yeah, that was a cool scene. Yeah, I like Podwick. He's cool. I thought, you know, Gendry, who becomes a lord by the end, and he's technically a Baratheon. I feel like a lot of people really liked him, but I feel like he didn't have enough to do. He was only in a couple episodes.
Yeah. It was weird.
Yeah, I feel like that guy. I was like, wait, that guy really? Oh, okay, I guess. Okay, and then let's talk about House Dorne. What'd you think of fucking the Red Viper, and then him fighting the Mountain? That's kind of like the best. That's one of the high points of the show too, I think, because it was all built up, you know, like a Mike Tyson fight or something. I thought that guy was fucking stupid, dude. He had him beat. He had the Mountain beat, and then it's like, you raped her, you killed her, you murdered her children. Oh, I'm dead. Dude, he had him. Why did he have to go through all that shit? Just kill his ass.
Yeah,
I thought that was a cool fight. Did you like that
fight? What
fight?
episode I really liked was that battle at the wall between the Wildlings and the Night Watch.
Oh yeah, that was good.
That was one of the most badass episodes I've ever seen of any TV show.
Yeah, that's when Ygritte died, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was, man, I didn't like her dying. You know that game, Horizon Zero Dawn?
Yeah.
That character's based off of her. The redheaded chick with the bow, yeah, they said. And there's a bunch of pictures online where they have them side by side, and I was like, yeah. You know she's dating Kit Harington, Jon Snow, or married now.
They were married.
Yeah, I think now they're married. Yeah, she's really skinny. Yeah. When she has like a really pretty face, but that scene where she's naked, they show her from the back. You could see all of her spinal. My back. You could see her spinal. I yeah, I like that shit. I thought it was cool when the giant went in and through the tunnel, and John
Oh yeah.
tells the six guys, you have to hold this no matter what. They all died, but they managed to fend off the giant.
Oh shit.
And then I actually grew to like. So eventually the wildlings become friends, and I grew to like that giant. What's his name? Hun Hun or whatever his name was. Eventually he gets shot in the
Uh,
eye by at the Battle of the Bastards. The Battle of the Bastards was a pretty awesome fucking episode too.
it was bloody.
Yeah. And then actually Sansa saved the day, right? Because she got the House Tully to come. The guys with the bird shit. And that
Oh
was
yeah.
and that was because I think Littlefinger convinced him, right, to go help too. I still didn't like Littlefinger.
Yeah.
Why did he hand over Sansa to fucking Ramses? Did he not know Ramses was a lunatic?
No, Littlefinger just does whatever the fuck benefits him.
Yeah, I was glad when he fucking got his throat slit. Weren't you? Were you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't care much about him. Second. Okay, and what'd you think about Captain Friendzone?
Captain Friendzone?
Yeah, you know who I'm talking about.
No.
Fucking the guy who was serving Daenerys like from season 1, and then
Oh, Jorah.
yeah, Captain Friendzone.
I really like Jorah, man. I I fucking loved his character. That made me sad when he died.
I liked him, but at some point, dude, I mean, come on, man. She's never gonna let you hit it. Just fucking go find someone else.
I think he knew that. He just didn't care.
She kicked
He
him
just
out
really
twice.
wanted to help her become
then-
ruler.
And then, yeah. You know when I respected Sam was when he got rid of his AIDS or whatever the fuck he had. In the fucking... He does that surgery. In the fucking...
Oh.
And then Sam... I thought it was fitting that Sam became a... What are the master of the Citadel or whatever? That seems like a position that would suit him. You know what I mean? Why would they try to
He
make him...
doesn't have to fight.
Yeah, he's not a fucking war... Why... You shouldn't take someone who's clearly could be skilled at this. His dad knew he liked books and shit, right? So why not be like, oh, okay, maybe you should go study at the Citadel. Instead, he tries to turn him into a fucking warrior. That's the most retarded shit ever. And then he sends him... I still don't like Sam. He's a fucking bitch. and then let's see, who else was there on the Daenerys side? There was Grey Worm. He's cool, I guess. At the end, I understood. He was consistent, you know. He was loyal to his queen, and he was pissed that they killed Miss Sunday. What'd you think of Grey Worm's arc?
I fucking didn't care about Grey Worm, to be honest with you.
Yeah, he showed up late, and you know so let's talk about Daenerys. This is a big one. Like, I really liked her like around seasons 5 and 6 when she started freeing all the slaves. I was like, man, she's actually does good, and she's righteous. Like, she's not like Jon, who's like, he's good, but he won't take action. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's just like, no, let's talk about... Jon really started to annoy me by the end. I'm like, dude, you just become the fucking king. And, oh God, he ends up with this fucking... Anyway. What do you think of Daenerys' whole arc?
I liked her for like a very little bit, and then I instantly knew what she was, and I was just like, yeah, she's crazy, and she's just arrogant and power hungry.
When did you start to think that?
Once what's that rich city?
Oh, Meline or something?
Yeah.
With the pyramid?
No. After you know the weird bald dude, the wizard dude who tried chaining her up, and then she just had the dragons burn him.
Yeah.
Like right after that is when I started to like just be like, yeah, she's crazy.
After she burned the wizard?
Not like right after, but like that's from that point on is when I slowly started to dislike her.
I still liked her for a while. In fact, the thing about her, I almost feel like she for like the first 4 seasons, she could have done all that and never met any of the other casts because she was way off by herself. You know what I mean? For like
Yeah.
3 seasons or maybe 4, maybe like half the show. Right? She was doing her own thing. And at some point, I did start to question, like, why does she want to be the queen of Westeros? She's already like the queen of 2, like, kingdoms, right, or 3, in the East, and she wants to go rule a country that she's only was in for a little when she was a baby. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She could have just stayed in that pyramid city. She was banging that one dude, that one warrior guy, and she just left him, I guess, right when Jon Snow showed up. She's like, oh, I gotta go now.
Yeah, goodbye.
Yeah, and then what happened to the blonde dude too? Remember, there's a blonde dude she was sleeping with for a little bit. The guy who, when she went to go hire the sons or whatever they were, and the one dude was like, like I wanna lick your pussy. And
Oh,
then,
dude, that guy was fucking weird.
yeah, he's like, what's up, Ryla? And then he's like, we gotta go kill her. And then the blonde dude killed both of them for suggesting it, and brought her their heads. What happened to that guy? He like
I have no idea.
yeah, there's a bunch of
That-
there's some characters I feel just leave.
It's just like, hey, what happened to that guy? Yeah, whatever.
He died of pneumonia.
He died of blue balls.
Yeah. What do you think? And then there's Khal Drogo. I thought so. Everyone always talked about Khal Drogo, because Aquaman. I didn't know he died
I
in the
thought
first
his-
season.
Exact. That's what I was
Yeah.
gonna say.
I was like,
His character is such a big deal. It seemed like that I thought he was
Yeah.
gonna be around for a while.
yeah, he died in the first season. I'm like, wait, what? Why do people still talk about him
And
like
that's
he's a
gotta
big?
be one of the most stupid ass deaths ever. He's an idiot, and
Well, yeah.
he's just like
He's like, I'm fine.
walks into a guy's sword and gets like a little cut, and he's like, "Oh, I'm dead now.
No,
I'm
because
dying."
no, it's because he got stabbed, and then they're like, yo, we should clean that shit because he could get infected. He's like, no, I'm tough, and then he dies of infection.
Well, because he walked into it too. The guy had his sword standing there, and he kept walking forward, and he like made him.
Made him. Oh, your audio.
I hit, yeah, my thing got all messed up, but he like walked up against his sword and pressed against it until it started cutting him. Like, what are you doing, idiot?
But even then, he could have lived because he didn't die from the wound. He died from the infection. Remember?
Yeah.
But because we need to clean it. He's like, no, I am tough. I'm dead. and then
And then it's like, I'm gonna bring him back and sacrifice my kid, and then he's just a vegetable.
yeah.
So she suffocates him like the next day.
And loses her kid, and so then she burns that bitch, and she's like, I'm burning alive, oh my god, oh, and then she goes in, she's like, my titties didn't burn, and now I got dragons, end of season 1,
Yep.
and then like that was the end. Yeah, Khal Drogo was he was pretty badass, but I thought he was gonna be around like 2 or 3, at least like 3 seasons.
Yeah. I mean, he did show up in like that vision. So.
Oh,
didn't he?
in another season.
Yeah.
But then, like, she doesn't
That's
get
about
over it
it.
for a while. And he killed her brother right in the beginning.
Yeah, fuck that dude.
Yeah, that dude is kind of annoying. He died by a gold getting on his fucking head.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, fucking, let's see who else was there. There was Viserys, fucking, there were the land, or the, what do you call, Cersei's kids. Fucking 2 of them died stupid. Then the other one got killed by, why did they kill the girl? House Dorne poisoned her. Why did they kill her?
Which girl?
The Cersei's kid, the girl. Remember the Queen of Dorne of House
just to
Dorne?
get back at the Lannisters because they fucking hated the
Yeah.
and they didn't believe there was an innocent Lannister.
Yeah, and also like her husband got killed by the Mountain, but her husband was championing for Tyrion. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, I liked that dude. This sucked that like I started to like him. He was there for a few episodes, then he just gets his fucking face smashed in.
Yeah, dude, that was an insane death. Fucking his head
Yeah, it was pretty
exploded.
gruesome.
Yeah. What'd you think of what about Braun? Did you like Braun?
Oh yeah, Braun's fucking hilarious.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I liked him the whole time. Really. He was pretty consistent. Uh Fucking yeah, he fights for Tyrion. You know what? I never Why do you think he fought for Tyrion in the bird shit hole place? What's that place called? I forget what it's.
Yeah, I don't even know, but the
Yeah.
fucking place
The,
with the fly door thing.
yeah.
Uh, I don't know. You probably just saw that they were bullying this midget and he wanted to help.
You know, I never ever understood. I always kind of assumed that he knew he was a good swordsman, you know? And he's like, I could
Yeah.
beat this other guy. And I think he saw it as an opportunity. Like, if I beat this guy, this Lannister is rich. I can have
Yeah.
a better life. You know what I mean? I think
Oh
that's.
wait, yeah, didn't he pretty much just say that? Like just because he knew he would owe him and he'd have to repay his debt.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but then they actually just became friends.
Yeah, they did, but then it made me question when he shows back up in the last season with the crossbow. They told me to kill you, and then Tyrion's like, "Yo, I thought we were homies."
Well, to be fair, he could have just killed him right there.
Yeah, but then after he does that, Tyrion puts him on the King's Council at the end. I actually didn't think we were gonna see Bronn ever again. Then he shows up right there.
I'm glad he was there.
Yeah, I am because I still kind of liked him. The only thing I didn't like is when he threatened Tyrion. That's the only thing he did that I didn't kind of like, and I feel like they only put him in there because they're like, "Oh, we haven't seen Bronn in a while. Make him walk through the door and threaten somebody." Because he wasn't in the Battle of Winterfell or any of that.
Yeah, I mean,
And he saved Jaime Lannister too, from the fucking dragon. That dragon fucked up the Lannister army.
yeah, that fucking dragon's badass.
Yeah. You know who else I don't remember much of is Blackfish. I feel like they were only in like 3 episodes. They were in that last one, and then like Blackfish was, I don't know. I feel like they might be bigger in the book or some shit, but I feel like they were only in there twice. And then there was fucking just like the Golden Company, which I heard in the books is all over the place. And then in the show they didn't do shit. I've got the Golden Company. You better watch out. Oh, they're burned. The end.
I liked when they were burning that they were trying to hit the Blackfish people. They were trying to burn the dead dude's body in the water, and the guy kept missing with the arrows.
Oh, were those the Blackfish people?
Yeah.
That's when they had Robb Stark there, right? The Blackfish are part
Yeah.
of the North, right?
I think because
Yeah,
they're related.
Because they were loyal to Robb Stark. Yeah, he kept missing. That shit was pretty fucking funny. What'd you think of Robb Stark? I really liked that guy. I like that actor too. I was surprised, man.
Yeah,
Like
I
that Red
really
Wedding.
liked Robb Stark.
Yeah, I thought he was gonna like
That sucked.
that really sucked. I thought he was gonna avenge his dad. He had united the North. That chick was hot, dude.
Oh, his wife.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
I like that all the hot chicks get naked. I don't think there's a single one. You know what I was thinking about? Cersei, I think, did not have a single nude scene until that fucking. What
And
was
that
it?
wasn't even her.
Oh, it wasn't? Are you sure?
No, man. You see her when she was walking? That was like the worst fucking CGI of putting her face on that body I've ever seen. Her
Oh,
like
it-
face is wiggling around her head. That shit was That fucking sucked.
Oh, so that wasn't her?
No.
Oh, the guy so fucking fooled me then. I guess that
Yeah.
actress, she just didn't want to do nude scenes. I heard that
Yeah.
after like season 5, Emilia Clarke didn't do any nude scenes either. It was like the same deal.
Well, did she have any nude scenes after season 5? Did they like get her a body double?
Well, she when she burned all the calls in,
Oh yeah.
she comes out naked. Remember, of the fire. But I think
Yeah.
I think that might have been a double. I still can't believe they couldn't get out of that burning hut when she set it on fire. She was just like knocking over the things, and they're just watching her. Oh no, she knocked over the shit.
Well, I mean, I, weren't like all the walls surrounded with fire?
Yeah, I mean, I guess it was a fucking. Why are they lighting fires in a straw hut anyway? Like, that's kind of like a hazard. One ember catches on the ceiling of the hut, the whole shit goes up in flames. Maybe they deserved it.
Well,
Like, I feel that was just a way to write the because she what is she what happened, like, how'd she, because she left on the dragon, right, for some reason when she was at the pyramid place. Wasn't it because they were getting overrun or attacked or something? I can't even remember.
yeah.
But she ends up out there, then the dragon takes off and leaves her, right? And then the what do you calls pick her up? The
Dothraki.
Dothraki, yeah. And then that's when Friendzone and that's when Friendzone and the dude she's banging go save her. And the dude she was banging is another guy. He just disappeared, right? After she's like,
Yeah,
yeah,
he
I'm
went
not,
off to do something. I can't remember.
because she married that other dude, the master, but he died like quickly when that arena got overtaken. And then the dude that she was banging, like, you just never saw him again. Once she crossed into Westeros, like, he didn't go with her.
I'm trying to fucking.
A lot of people were really big fans of Daenerys. Like, I feel like that turn in the end disappointed a lot of people where they didn't want her, but I did see it coming. Like, they were setting that up in season 8.
Yeah. Who are we missing that we haven't mentioned yet?
Well, we didn't talk a lot about Tyrion Lannister. Like, Tyrion, I actually, like, the first season or season and a half, I kind of didn't like him because I thought he was a spoiled brat kind of deal, you know? When I started to like him was in the Battle of Blackwater, because remember the city was about to fall, they were in the walls, and then he's the one who rallied the troops, right? He's like, "Come
Yeah.
on, we gotta do this," and then he went out there into the battle, and I was like, "Oh
And
shit!"
almost fucking got his face cut off.
Yeah, someone attacked him, and then his squire, what's his name, saved him.
Yeah, Podwick saved him.
Yeah, Podwick saved him. So that's when I started to like him, and that's when he really started to have a turn. I was like, okay, dude, he did something selfless, and then I just started to like him more and more and more, like as the show went by. And then
Yeah,
his dad,
I think he definitely went down as my favorite character.
yeah, I think so. It was John was right up there with him, but at the end he just turned into a bitch. Like,
Dude, that's how it was for me. John was my favorite character leading up to the end, because then they just fucked up his character. The writing was so bad with his character at the end.
yeah, why did he keep? The thing about him is he was like Ned in that he always stands up for his beliefs, or he stands up for what he thinks is right. He's they were never really loyal to people. They were loyal to ideals. But for some reason, he became loyal to that queen, even though he knew she was wrong. And he was just, oh, my queen, you are my queen. Why would he give up being king of the North? Man, it's fucking. That's when I was like, man, my queen. Fuck that, dude. Fuck that. That was fucking lame, lame ass dude. Lame ass dude. Do you like Tywin, the dad, Lannister, dying on the shitter?
Oh yeah, dude, I fucking hated him.
Yeah, he was
I was so
kind of.
glad when he died.
Yeah, the only reason I liked him because he's the only one that could really put Cersei in check. And what do you think of Cersei? We haven't talked about her too much. She almost,
Yeah,
I,
she's a good character, man.
yeah, I do kind of believe that by the end she almost turned into a cartoon villain, like a Wicked Witch, you know, Wicked Queen, the evil Wicked
Yeah,
Queen. And
I mean,
she was like needlessly mean. Like remember when what was the Tyrell girl, the redhead that actually married Joffrey?
oh, Margaret?
Margaret. Remember at the wedding, she's like, "Oh, we're gonna give all the leftovers to the poor," and then
Yeah,
she
and then
goes,
she's like, feed them to the dogs.
"Yeah, why would she do that?
Okay, fuck you.
Why is that even like? There's no reason to do that other than to be cruel. Like, you know what I mean? That's when I was like, this bitch. I don't like
Yeah,
her.
she was always a fucked up bitch.
Then she lost everything in the end. Like all her kids died. She didn't even like her husband. Uh, her, I guess she died in her lover's arms.
Yeah, I mean,
And then
still, I
she,
just don't fucking like how they did that to Jamie.
yeah, man. I think she. You know what I would have liked with Jamie? He could have maybe ran off with Brienne and just lived because Jamie cared more about honor. But then he's that shit with Jamie. I don't like it either. I would have preferred he runs off with Brienne and they live in a little farm somewhere in the countryside and start a family, and then that's it.
Yeah,
Because his dad told him you're gonna fucking go to Lannisport or whatever, Castle Rock, and be the Lord. And he's like, I don't want to be the Lord. Like he didn't care about that stuff, or it seemed like he didn't care about money, right?
yeah.
So what? They fucked it up in the end, man. That was so stupid. That was so dumb. Dumb.
Yeah, and fucking, oh, we haven't talked about the White Walkers yet.
Yeah. So the White Walkers, they teased them in season one. A big problem that everybody had is they got built up and then they basically get it resolved in one episode.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not mad that the whole big battle ended in one episode, but I just feel like there could have been more of a lead up, or at least find out more about the Night King.
So now, so that was the Night King. So when they killed him, they all died. So there's no more White Walkers, right? So now that John is going back north, there's no Night Walkers up there. Although somebody said that the true North has Night Walkers, but I don't think so because we know that those little tree people made the Night Walkers, right? And then that was the king, and the king's dead, so there's no more Night Walkers, right?
I guess.
It,
I mean,
it,
I don't know. We'll see, because if they're doing spin-offs, they got to make it interesting somehow.
are they doing spin-offs? Because the other two, they're writing the new Star Wars shit. Benioff and Weiss.
Yeah, from what I know is that they're gonna do it. They're gonna try to do Game of Thrones spin-offs.
Those same
But
guys on top of the Star Wars.
I don't know if it's. I don't think it's the same guys, but HBO is.
They're definitely going to do an Arya thing. I'm telling you. They set it up.
HBO offered those writers like a shit ton of money to do more, and they said no because they want to do Star Wars. That's why everything was so goddamn rushed.
A lot of people are saying that too. That they rushed it because they wanted to go and get started on Star Wars.
Yeah, man, this show could have been at least another season long.
Yeah, it needed another season. That's what I was thinking. When the White Walkers got resolved so fast, I was like, damn, that's it? I thought they were going to lose at Winterfell, and then everyone had to retreat to King's Landing, and that it would force everybody to work together. You know?
Well, that'd be better than what they fucking did, so.
Yeah, basically, they win. Then Daenerys wins again, and then just burns everybody. She's like, I'm gonna make a new world. I'm dead.
What
She
I
never,
don't like
you know
is,
what? She never sat in the throne either. She touched it. She never sat in it.
good.
And then it got
Good.
melted.
Yeah, which I don't really know what the point of that was, but I guess that was cool. It was
So now, so
it's
now,
like, all right, I guess the throne's melted. Yeah,
the,
okay.
the throne's got wheels now.
Yeah,
That's the throne.
they're
Is
gonna
his wheelchair.
fucking they're gonna glue swords onto the wheelchair.
This is my new Iron Throne.
Long live the king.
Yeah.
I just don't like how throughout all that build up with you would think that if someone was gonna kill the Night King, it was gonna be Jon. Like, but and Arya, her whole build up was trying to kill Cersei. Like that was her goal the entire time.
Yeah, and she goes
But
all the way south, and then turns back at the last minute.
yeah, and then she's the one who kills the Night King. When all these years it's been Jon battling them, and it's just like, all right, okay then, good job, Arya, I guess. And then she shows up after all the years of training, and every night she speaks the names that she wants to kill. She has the list. Cersei's on like the top of the list practically. And she gets there to kill Cersei, and then all it took was the Hound being like, "Oh, it's dangerous. You're gonna die." And then she's like, "Thank you. Okay, I'm leaving. I don't need to kill Cersei now."
Well, because he's like, do you want to end up like me? And she's like,
No.
you're right.
Dude, that's
Good-
all it took after
good
years of that shit.
He's
I don't
pretty
buy
free.
it.
He's really, I really like the Hound, actually, the more I think about him. Because he's so consistent. Like, you notice how she left him to die, right? I thought he was dead, actually. Did you think he was
Yeah, I
dead?
thought he was dead too.
But then he doesn't. See, here's the thing. He holds a grudge against his brother. But that seems like to be the only person he holds a grudge against. Because
Well, because that's
he,
pretty much caused all the pain in his entire life.
Cause hey, did he have a big Hound helmet at the beginning? I can't remember.
I think so.
Yeah, yeah. Because she left him to die, and he didn't like try and get back at her or anything. Do you think
No, but he did. He did give her shit for it.
Yeah. You
When
think?
they were leaving, he said, "If I get hurt, you gonna leave me to die again?"
And she says yes, or doesn't she?
No, she says maybe, or probably, or something like that.
I really like those two together traveling. I was
Yeah.
sad. I was sad when they split up, actually, because her with the other motherfucker. After a while, I started getting a weird Michael Jackson vibe. Like, where's he got all these kids? Fucking, what is he doing?
Something's up here.
And when she buried Needle in the rocks, I totally thought he was gonna find it and like throw it in front of her and be like, "What's this? I told you to get rid of." Because she never. Remember, he told her to throw all the shit in the lake, and she never did. She buried it in the wall.
Yeah. Well, I think she knew the whole time that she wasn't planning on staying there
So why
and
do you
actually
think?
being like them.
Because in her mind, I think she thought Sansa was dead, her aunt was dead. Right when she got to, she kept. You know what? Every time she almost got to one of her relatives, they died like right before she got there.
Yeah.
You notice that? She gets to her aunt dies. She's right outside the walls, like her brother and mom are inside literally. And fucking they die. Right, she was like 10 feet away, Which I'm glad she killed that dude. She slit his throat. That was awesome. That fucking the twins guy that did the red wedding.
Oh yeah.
I was glad she slit his throat. I was like, "Oh, fuck that guy." I hated that guy. Although Robb Stark was kind of dumb though, because when he was marrying that girl, I was like, I don't know, man. You kind of promised the other dude you would marry, Although,
Yeah.
couldn't he just marry them too? Kings could have multiple wives, right?
I don't know how it works. I guess.
Yeah, man. Just because he married that chick, him and his mom got killed, and a bunch of his people. That shit sucked. Fucking Are we leaving anyone out? Braun second. Braun was
I
pretty
don't think
awesome.
we are.
The Tullys. There's what's his name, Sir whatever. Oh, fucking the old head of the guard. Fucking the head of the Lannister army who got fired by Joffrey, and then he went to go serve Daenerys.
Oh yeah,
I thought that was kind of cool, but then he ended up getting killed by those mask people. Remember, he was fighting alongside Grey Worm, and then
yeah.
Grey Worm got wounded too, but he lived. But that guy died right there, which I thought was lame.
Sunday helped him.
Yeah, but he's the one who ratted out Captain Friendzone, remember?
Yeah.
He's like, Captain Friendzone's been spying on you. She's like, get out of here. Then he comes back. She's like, get out of here. Then he comes back. All right, well, get rid of your disease, then you can come back. Then he gets rid of his disease.
Get your diseased ass out of here.
Yeah.
Nasty.
You're nasty. You're nasty. Go away. Come back when you're not nasty. He comes back. I'm not nasty. She's like, all right, you can stay. Oh, then he dies. You know what I thought was kind of a little bit retarded is when Tyrion and Viserys are on their way to see Daenerys, and then fucking Friendzone kidnaps Tyrion, and he's like, "I'm taking you to see Daenerys," and he's like, "What? That's where I was going."
Yeah. Then they become slaves. They just fuck them over.
Then they both become slaves, but they both get sold. But then, how the fuck they get sold? Oh, and then they're fighting in the pit, and she seizes them. She sees them. She's like, "Oh shit, Friendzone's back." And then Tyrion comes up, up and shit like, "Oh, I can't even remember how or why she makes him the hand." But I think we got all the characters. I was really disappointed with Jon's fucking arc. He ends up back where he started, fucking with nothing. But I guess he's probably going to be like a high-ranking person among the wildlings. And maybe the wildling thing suits him better because they don't believe in kneeling or kings or any of that. You know, that seems more his style.
Yeah. I mean,
but
I'm
it's
glad
like
Jon lived. But that's about it for the ending that I'm like pleased with.
well, Sansa's the see. Here's the thing. He's banished to. I guess we already talked about it though. You know, when you think about it, the Starks run everything now, because Bronn runs the south, Sansa runs the north, and Jon kind of runs the wall and the north of the wall. Although I guess Redbeard guy is in charge of that, but I mean, Jon seems like he's a high-ranking guy there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I guess Jon just lives out his days with the wild. I mean, that's kind of a bittersweet ending. And you know, Bronn's the king. He's like gonna be super wise and shit. He's got good advisors. He's got Brienne. Bronn's there. Or Bran. It's Bran. Bran is Bran and Bronn.
Brandon because his name's Brandon, and then Bronn is just Bronn.
Yeah, and then Sam's on the council, and Sir Davos with Tyrion, and they need like two more chairs. So that
I kind of wish they just made Jon king. To be honest,
I feel like he deserved to be king instead of the kid. He just got.
The kid's just so weird.
And he said he's not even really the kid.
I don't feel anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't really care. Okay, I don't want to be king.
I'm thinking about it more and more. It seems kind of a random ass choice. Everyone's like, Jon, be king. Jon, be king. Oh, okay, no, your crippled brother instead. Oh, okay. And everybody agreed. All the lords agreed. Nobody was like, fuck no. You just listen to this kid talk. He's crazy.
Shit.
This kid's retarded. Listen to him.
He just says he doesn't care about anything anymore.
Yeah.
Well.
Overall, it was a great show, though. I think it started to tank like around like the last half of season 7, maybe, and then season 8 just was way too rushed. I was really into it. What was the season that ended with? It was like the same, like with Arya again sailing towards towards the whatever the fucking many face god, and they had definitely some high moments, man. Jamie Lannister's, his arc was disappointing. I like the Hound's arc. I like the Hound's story. I like Brienne's story. I like Arya's. Sansa's is cool. Jamie's was really disappointing. I like Tyrion's line a lot. Jamie was really disappointing though, because I really started to like him. When he got captured, they cut off his hand, and then you realize why he killed the king. Jamie was the most botched storyline, I think.
Yeah, they just completely killed the character with that way they killed him.
Yeah, and then, well, Cersei was evil. I'm glad all her kids died.
Yeah.
And then John's was, it was, I kind of don't like. Why, at least make the fucking...
I love John just up until the end.
Yeah, I liked, you know when I stopped liking him is when, I think was when he stepped down as King of the North.
Yeah.
That's when
Then he just started being fucking Daenerys' cuck.
Yeah, that's pretty much what he became. I didn't like that.
Yeah, I don't mind the way. I don't know. I liked him when he was in the Night's Watch though. So I mean, not completely terrible how they left him off. He kind of belonged there, and at the beginning of the show, that's like what he wanted to do. That was his dream, to join the Night Watch. Like, it kind of ended off where he wanted to be in the first place.
Well, but he's not really in the Night's Watch. He even asked, because he asked what I was thinking. He was like, "Wait, is there still a Night's Watch?" Because I didn't know if there
yeah,
was. Everyone,
I don't know what they need to protect everybody from.
Yeah, because there's no White Walkers, and the Wildlings are friendly now, right?
Yeah.
So there's no. What's the wall for? Plus, the wall's broken anyway. There's a big ass hole in it. They didn't fix it because there was a
You
point
just
where
pour water on it until it freezes. Slowly freeze water.
Yeah, because there was a point where all these people like Sam and everybody just left the wall, and so that's when I was like, so there's no more Night's Watch, and then they just never bring it up.
Well, I think once the wall, or that part of the wall broke, like, all of the Night's Watch from all along the wall abandoned it to go fight.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, but I don't really know what the point is now that the Nightwalkers are defeated and that the Wildlings are no longer a threat.
Yeah, there's no need. There's nothing up. There's no hostile forces. There's nothing there. And also, where did the? It said the Unsullied, when he was like sail for something la 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 la. Like did they go back to the east where they came from? I think so, right?
They went back to that one place. I can't remember. Noth?
Yeah, Noth. What's Noth? Is that where they started?
I think so.
Huh.
I mean, I don't know. That was... There's so many places. It's so many names.
Yeah, so I guess they went back to Noth. And I don't know what the fuck happened to Dothraki.
Dothraki are just probably just... somewhere else.
They're like, well, Daenerys is dead. Now what do we do? Let's ride around in a circle going, la, 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 la. Yeah. 2 months later, how long are we gonna ride around in a circle for? I don't know. Dude, because now they don't have any boats. Or I don't know, maybe they sailed back with Grey Worm. Yeah, they probably did
Yeah,
because Grey Worm was the commander, so he's gonna be like their king or whatever. But he has no Wang, so he can't have kids. The Unsullied can't have kids, so they're just gonna die
him
out.
Me Sunday do. What did they
They don't
just?
have a kid. He
I know,
that's
but what did they ever do?
he
They
ate
had
her
a few
out.
scenes. Yeah, it was just super one-sided, I guess.
Yeah, I guess. What can she do? Fucking lick his butthole? Was she gonna lick his fucking scar? I guess this is. Let me fart in your mouth.
Oh man.
Dude, that would fucking suck. I don't think
Yeah, I can't
I might.
imagine not having a dick. Like, what happens when you? Ah,
I don't know if I'd
like,
want to live anymore.
do you still like get horny? Like,
Well, they cut everything right for those guys, so I would think the balls is what makes the arousal. I mean, I don't fucking know. I don't ever want to know. That's fucking. Dude, like that one scene when Ramses is eating the sausage for a second, I thought
oh
that was
yeah,
fucking. I thought that was Theon's wiener.
you got the hot dog.
Yeah, you know that scene where Theon's banging that hooker. She's the one that ends up getting killed by the little shit with arrows. Uh,
Oh yeah, what's his name? Joffrey. That chick was hot.
yeah, she was. And instead of fucking, I don't.
Oh.
Did Joffrey ever get laid?
No, because he was just a fucking psychopath and he liked to torture and kill people.
Yeah, he just shot that chick full of arrows. Yeah, him and Ramses had serious problems. Those are the two I disliked the most. Stannis was stupid too. He killed his own brother with the vagina monster.
Yeah, and he killed his daughter.
He killed his daughter. Oh yeah, he burned her alive. Oh, that was fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I didn't like that red lady.
Yeah, like she was such an odd character. You never knew if she was like really bad or good.
Yeah, I don't know I had no idea what she was trying to accomplish. Because in the end, she
I
just like
guess
gave
in
up
the
and
end
died.
she was good.
Yeah, she gave up. So if like one of those guys picks up her necklace, do they turn young or what the fuck?
I was thinking the same thing when she dropped the necklace. I was like, oh, what if someone uses that?
Yeah, because that was nasty, man. First time she takes that shit off.
Gross and naked.
Yeah,
And she just lays in bed.
Yeah, she's like an old crone. I'm like, oh yuck.
Like, yeah, put that back on.
Yeah, so the Starks kind of run all of Westeros in the end. So I'm happy with that because that was my favorite house. For a while, I was really a fan of Targaryen, but then she just started to kind of lose it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad it ended up with the Starks pretty much ruling them all.
Yeah, and I like that the North is separate. I kind of wonder if they're gonna well, they wouldn't go to war because they're siblings on the thrones. So, and they're young, so that's gonna last for a very long time. And they did say though, from now on, the king gets elected by the lords.
Yeah, so now they have a democracy.
Yeah. So I guess you could also do a spin-off with Jon Snow and the Wildlings to see what's farther up north. You know, I don't know. That sounds kind of boring. Oddly, I don't know. I don't know why.
As much as I love Jon Snow, I wouldn't want to watch that.
Yeah. Oddly, I think the one that I'm most curious with is Arya, and not so much because of her character. It's because she's going to a new place, so it could be anything.
Yeah, she's going west of Westeros, so.
Mm-hmm. And they had asked that before, like, what's west of Westeros? Nobody knows. What if there's gonna be YouTube videos? She just falls off the edge of the earth. Ah, the end.
Well, what the fuck is gonna happen with Drogon? Like, what if he just lays eggs or some shit? Has more fucking dragons.
Well, the only Targaryen is Jon Snow, right?
Yeah.
So that house, he'll have kids. So the Targaryens will come back, but they won't be Targaryens like. I mean, and he's half Stark too, right? So
No.
yeah, he is.
He doesn't have any Stark in him.
Yeah, he does. He's Ned Stark's nephew. That's his sister's kid. Remember that was his nephew, not his son. That's why the whole
Wait, I thought the lady was the fucking.
no
Oh no no, I got that mixed up. Yeah, yeah.
his dad was a Targaryen. That's why the whole Robert's Rebellion thing happened, because Robert Baratheon loved Ned's sister, but Ned's sister married the fucking Targaryen kid and had Jon, and then Robert Baratheon was like, "Oh, that Targaryen kidnapped fucking the girl I love." But then the girl he loved died in fucking childbirth, and he just thought the Targaryen killed him. So he fucking that's when he killed all the Targaryens, and Jaime killed the Mad King, and hence Robert's Rebellion, and Robert took the throne, and then died by a fucking pig.
Yeah. Well, did he really die for like? Because didn't Cersei talk about how she killed him?
I don't see how. Fucking,
Yeah,
he went
that's what I
hunting.
was confused by.
He went hunting. Remember?
What did she fucking send the pig after him or something? Like, okay,
Yeah, I have no idea.
attack.
Death killed by a pig. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, that's where the whole thing. Man, I would have loved to see John on the throne, though. That would have been the best.
Yeah, that would have been really cool.
Fuck it. What? Nah, man. Yeah, man. When Tyrion was like, Bronn, really, really, Bronn or Bran, whatever the fuck his name is.
Yeah, Bran. You would have been weird if Tyrion became king.
Well, some people thought he might become king.
I mean, I would have liked it better than Bran, to be honest.
I really like Tyrion a lot. He's actually one of my favorite characters. Him, the Hound, and then Jon up until the end. I like Brienne of Tarth a lot too. I guess Sansa. I
Brienne of
respect
Tarth.
Brienne of Tarth. What?
She's she's definitely one of my favorite characters because she's consistent, man.
Yeah, she's consistent. Yeah, I feel like the best characters were the ones who were consistent. You know,
Yeah.
and if there's a change, we need to see the change, because I feel like with Daenerys they were going for the change, but it felt too rushed, so it became inconsistent. And that's the problem with Jaime. It was inconsistent. He's like trying to get on, or like, and then it's just like in the end it's all like, oh, I'm shitty again.
Yeah.
Yeah, like if you think about all my, like, for me, I think consistency is what I like. Yeah, like the Hound is consistent, Brienne is consistent. Tyrion has a bit of an arc, but it's a consistent arc, right? He's kind of a rich douche, and then even Bronn is consistent too, right? He's kind of a fucking renegade, but it's consistent. Arya and Sansa are pretty consistent too. They're pretty good characters. And then it's just Jon becomes inconsistent at the end, where he's, okay, now I'm a bitch. Even
Yeah.
also, I also like that other guy, the former commander, right? That got fired and went to
Oh,
the
yeah.
nurse. I actually liked him a lot. I was sad when he died. I was like, oh. And then the other dude was really consistent too. Was Friendzone, but I just I didn't like his character. I'm like, come on, man, come on.
Yeah, well,
Anyways, to wrap it up, I guess it was a good show. Ending was a little rushed. Was pretty rushed, but
eh,
it's a good show.
I think it was one of the best shows I've seen.
Yeah, it's definitely towards the top. Do you think it's better than Sons of Anarchy?
I don't know. I'd have to think about that.
I'd probably have to
Because I
watch.
really liked Sons.
Yeah, I'd have to watch Sons of Anarchy. And plus, when Sons of Anarchy was on, I was drinking, so there's a couple episodes that I saw like with one eye open, like kind of like.
Well, and
Eh.
what's good about Sons is I think I liked the ending. I think it ended well.
Yeah, he dies like his dad by committing suicide into a truck.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's another
I don't know.
show.
I'd
that-
have to watch both shows again.
Yeah, the moment that stands out for me the most in that show is when they killed Opie. I was like, what? I really
Oh,
liked
yeah.
that character. They killed him in jail. Oh. Yeah, that was like their Rob Stark. That was like their Red Wedding was when Opie died, was like when Rob Stark got killed. That really sucked. I think Rob Stark is going to be in like a comic book movie soon or something. Can't remember if it's DC or Marvel.
Well, should probably wrap it up.
Yeah, anyway, so that's our review. Fucking good show. I don't give it numbers or anything. This is like our only Game of Thrones shit I've ever done. Binge watched it at the end, so Venom and I are not as connected to the character. You know, I like the characters, but it's not the same, you know, as 8 years and then waiting a year. I usually do that with shows. I come in later, you know,
Yeah.
and then I binge watch because I hate waiting, especially in between seasons. Anyways, you got any last comments?
Nope.
All right.
Just fuck the writers for rushing it.
Yeah, at the end. I wonder if George R. R. Martin is going to finish the books and they'll be different.
Yeah, that should be interesting.
Yeah, he's probably doesn't want to because he's getting too much money for royalties. He's like, fuck that, I'm retired, bitches. Alright, anyways, I guess that's it. Thanks for watching, guys. Like and subscribe, and I will see you guys later. Okay, bye. Oop, I pointed again. How do you salute? Wait, which button is it? Oh, no, I keep pointing.
Both your thumbsticks.
Oh, there we go.
Or-
Yeah, alright, bye.